Hey listeners, and welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 124 for the week of November 15th, 2015. I am Nemesis, and joining me is Alca7raz.
Yo.
Been kind of a odd week. Started off pretty high for me. Yesterday was a bit of a bummer for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay, bummer is a bit of an understatement.
Bummer is a massive understatement.
Thoughts go out to Paris.
Lots of thoughts go out to Paris.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about lighter things like, well, ponies. We have some news to start us off, and then we have an episode to talk about, and we wrap it up with, well, one update.
Yeah, we don't
there's not a whole lot.
We don't really have any fan content this week, unfortunately.
Yeah, but anyway, news, if you want to follow along, go to pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. That's LIBSYN, and click on episode 124 at the top. Let's get started. In convention news, Buck has released a very silly promo for their upcoming convention.
Yes, it's great. Go listen. Go
fun.
Watch it.
It's short. It's like a minute long.
And the animator artist is also awesome. I love their work.
Check that out. TrotCon is getting John de Lancie next year.
That one's really surprising. TrotCon hasn't been, really big on getting big name people, and well, they got the biggest.
Well, they got
one
a
of the
couple big
biggest
names in the last few years.
Yeah, but they didn't get John de Lancie.
Also, they also got another fan person too.
Yep.
But well, John de Lancie's the big one.
They got John de Lancie. Yeah, they got TJ Carson.
Yeah, they got
Parrot
John de
Dash.
Lancie during the year of their space theme.
Yes, so it's quite fitting.
Perfect.
Yeah, the person, the community guest they got is Pirate Dash.
Yeah,
TJ Carson.
that's what it was. I was trying to remember. It's like a news dash something. So no, not that one.
Yeah,
no, not that one. It's the other one.
Yeah, Pirate Dash and John de Lancie. Wow.
Yes. Overshadowed.
Oh.
Womp womp. Anyway, other news for conventions. Trevor Duvall is coming to Everfree Northwest. If you don't know who that is Iron Will.
Awesome.
They block, show them that you rock.
Yep. It's going to be an interesting convention with him there.
I bet. Fandom news. The 6th Seeds of Kindness album is coming soon, specifically November 22nd, and the release party will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, courtesy of Cantrell Hill and Ponyville FM. And another charity stuff, the Brony Thank You Fund has given away its first scholarship to Cal Arts, the animation department,
Which is awesome.
Yes. Speaking of animation, though, unfortunately, Jan Animations is pretty much unable to continue any MLP work or any other Hasbro work.
Yeah.
Basically, he's been jerked around for the last few months, and he's been pretty much told no.
Yeah. He's got a video up explaining all of
Yeah, although my guess is he was jerked around because they were jerked around. Basically, they were going to higher-ups, and they were saying no.
Yeah.
They
that's
were
what
trying
it really sounds like.
to get a yes for him, but they were not getting one, so...
Yeah, especially with he's saying that certain people that he had been talking to, he no longer talks to.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like not only was, their weirdness going on the higher-ups and Hasbro's side of things, but
It sounds like they tried
some people also changed and moved around in the process,
Yes.
and that really screws things up.
I also suspect Hasbro knew that if they said nowhere after the get-go, like he said, that he was like, why didn't they get a no? Because simple, as he said also, probably
that would
knew it
not
would
be a good thing for
at this
for
point.
PR.
I think at the time, they were already getting like a lot of flack, and they didn't want more.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks, but he's going to continue on with his original works, but as he said, that's going to take some time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. You kids have probably been playing that new fangled Fallout game.
Yeah.
Well, Stapletech Studios has released some concept art and a teaser for an upcoming episode of their Fallout Equestria radio show. If you don't remember, these are the guys who are trying to do an animation based on Fallout Equestria.
Yeah. Not just the game.
Yeah. I haven't been playing Fallout 4 because, well, other things happened which cost me money.
Yeah, I have other things I have to spend my money on too, so I don't have it either.
So I've been playing New Vegas, which is still fun. I mean, you get pretty involved in that, and you forget Fallout 4 exists for a while, and then you get off, and then you go online and check out their stuff, and Fallout 4, right. But soon, hopefully.
Eventually, I'll get to play it too.
Moving on from that, a new Pony fan game has popped up this one is called Ambient Prologue, apparently, although it might not have the prologue bit on it.
Yeah, it's weird.
It has 2 videos out right now demonstrating gameplay and just what he wants to do with the project.
Yeah, this one actually looks really cool.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know what to expect when I looked at it. It was like,
yeah, it graphically
looks like
it looks like a Unity engine. It looks like he's Unity.
Yeah, it looks like something
Unreal
that would have
like
been released in like 2009 on the last generation of consoles.
Yeah, so
which
for
is
a
pretty
fan-made
good.
stuff like that, the models The two main characters, which are obviously Celestia and Luna,
But not
even though they're
Celestia and
not
Luna.
named
Although it's
Celestia
weird
and
he
Luna.
dropped the name Star Scroll, and that's like
Yeah, they say Starswell, but it's Astra and I'm trying to remember
something else.
what it is.
Yeah,
but it looks really good.
Yeah.
The effects look.
Although it
really
is an alpha,
good.
so there's some stuff still.
As far as
finicky.
visuals go, there's you can see some weird little some Z fighting or some animation things where some clipping, self-clipping.
Some of the animations are weird.
Some of the shadowing, the self-shadowing is a little bit weird.
Frame rate was all over the place.
Yeah, so there's for an alpha.
Yeah, but it's alpha. But he says he's going to be trying to release a demo pretty soon.
Yeah,
to
he
the
also
public.
says he's really looking for animators because he says he sucks at animating.
Mm-hmm. And
Even though they didn't look that bad.
yeah, it doesn't look like I've seen worse stuff passed off as good.
I think though, currently the biggest issue is audio. The voice acting, I think, could use a little bit of work.
Yeah, it's
I'm hoping that gets
again not the
re-recorded.
worst, but
It sounded like they were just freshly reading off of lines, and just the technical quality of their audio. It sounded like they were reading it in a box. So hopefully that gets fixed. But otherwise, it looks like it's got a lot of potential.
action adventure third-person game.
Yeah.
Although, speaking, one thing I noticed graphically was the hair was it was pretty much cemented on their head. So there's a little bit of it that moved.
A little bit of movement on the side.
But then the rest of it, was no matter how they move their head, it'd always be cemented to their. So it's like the hair didn't drop down when they move their head or something. So
yeah.
But that's
And the
hard to do
characters
anyway.
Don't fly.
Why do you think so many female characters had ponytails for so long?
Yes, it's really tough to do.
Or just short hair? Because it's really difficult to do long hair.
It is. Yeah, and the main characters don't fly because he doesn't know how to pull that off.
He doesn't know how. It basically would make gameplay difficult as hell.
That and he probably don't. I think he said he's something about problem with animating it.
The animation plus, if you think about it, if you can fly, that kind of destroys a lot of potential gameplay. As it stands, he's basically going with the fiction. Oh, they don't know how to fly yet.
What we could do is have Luna not know how to fly because she is really young in this
Yeah, but
one.
they just basically he just established they just
Yeah.
don't know how to fly.
Yeah.
That's just how he gets around it. And it's like okay.
But yeah, it looks like it's got a lot of potential. I think the magic, again, the vocals on the magic system.
Yeah, the magic system's weird in general.
I kind of like how it goes, but it seems a little bit cheesy.
A little bit.
Yelling the words, and like I said, the audios. Like every time during the gameplay, who starts casting, it's like, hey, turn it down, because it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yelling at you.
Oh well.
The voice
That's
changes.
one of those things that will get
hopefully
hopefully
again,
worked on.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a lot of potential.
And it's telling
So
some
let's-
story.
Let's see if it avoids
way back
the
when.
Banhammer, the C&D.
Yeah.
So it
Well,
avoids
he's
that one.
just different enough at this point to you might be able
But
to
he
skirt
used
by.
Star Swirl.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, and good luck trademarking that.
They might be able to do it. I think it is trademarkable. But anyway, yeah.
It's pretty cool. In merchandise news, apparently the Build-A-Bear Muffins plushie has sold out.
Derpy, no.
You can sign up to be notified when they release a second wave in early 2016. And then we have the link right there.
Yep.
And if you have the Yahtzee with Buddies app for iOS or Android, MLP is on it now. Cool.
Yay.
Apparently you can win pony-themed prizes for it, and you compete against other ponies. Apparently Twilight's the one who gives the most XP. If you compete against her, Celestia gives the least.
That's weird.
I guess Celestia goes easy on you or something. Twilight's just like, nope, full on nerd mode. Then again, it's Yahtzee, so kind of random chance there.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's there. And they're like all weird, these weird cube things instead of actual ponies. I don't know. That's, I guess, what it is. I guess that's how the app is. Just the style of everyone is these cube things. But
it is what it is.
If you're interested in comic news, though, Friendship is Magic number 39 has been revealed. Cutie Mark Crusaders and their classmates are hopelessly lost in the woods. The only chance of salvation may lie with Diamond Tiara. And it, along with other IDW comics, for the month of February, will have a special Valentine's Day cover.
Interesting.
So if you want to get that, this one is looks like one of those little heart candy boxes, except it's got Sweetie Belle on it.
Yeah.
Others will be different, but yeah, all the IDWs, including I think Gem, Back to the Future, all their stuff.
So yeah, Diamond Tiara.
Yes.
Interesting.
This is obviously written before Diamond Tiara had her face heel turn.
Be interesting how to see that one goes.
Mm-hmm. Friends Forever number 25 has also been revealed. Rainbow Dash wakes up to discover that her wings have vanished. It's up to the relatively newly winged Twilight to help her friend find out the source of the mysterious occurrence.
Well, this is interesting.
Twilight and Rainbow Dash.
Yay! I'm happy.
And Rainbow Dash has no wings.
Oh, she'll get him back.
There's a fanfic like this.
There's multiple. There's quite a few of those.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I bet. It won't be out for a while.
No.
Not until February. Anyway, in Friendship is Magic news, this was happening while we recorded last week, but we forgot to compile it all and talk about it. Oops. Anyway, Amy Keating-Rogers gave us a bunch of stuff from behind the scenes, including notes and deleted scenes from episodes she wrote.
Yeah.
Some interesting things, apparently including Dash having some sort of suitor who she keeps rejecting.
Well, I wouldn't say it was keep. It was just that one scene.
That one scene, but apparently it was supposed to be a recurring joke.
Interesting. Glad they cut that.
But she was rejecting him.
No, I mean for other reasons.
Oh.
I read that one cut scene. It was just like, eesh.
Yeah.
It was not. Yeah.
Anyway, John de Lancie has tweeted that he was told a year until there's new episodes.
Oh boy.
And let's hope that there was some sort of a miscommunication there, and that's not reality, because I don't know if we can take another big hiatus like that.
No, please, no.
I suspect when he asked it was a year, but that may have been back in, like, when they were recording, which was, what, May or June?
Yeah, because
like
he didn't say when he asked. It also, there's the whole difference between...
Yeah, there's already a
when we
long
see
difference
things.
between voice acting is done and when this episode comes out.
Although usually if he's not recording for another year, and if he asks now and he's not recording for another year, that would actually make our wait longer than a year.
Well,
but also doesn't mean...
I don't think that's what he was saying. He was
episodes
saying
in the
there's a
beginning.
year. He was saying there's a year from when he asked to when they air. That's what it seemed like he was saying. So it didn't say when he asked or anything, but he might have made a misunderstanding. He might have been like, there's a year between when we record, and which is typically what we've been told is it's a year between recording or from inception of an episode to when it airs is roughly a year.
Yeah. So let's hope it's not a full year
of hiatus.
I
I suspect it won't be. I think they've learned their lesson
yeah,
on that one.
Horrible.
We go stir crazy when that happens.
Absolutely horrible. Absolutely disgusting.
Yep. Anyway, that was the news.
The news.
Yes. And like I said at the top of the show, we do have an episode to talk about. This one is the Hooffields and McColts.
Oh boy.
It's finally the Twilight and Fluttershy get their cutie mark map thing going.
Finally.
Yes, finally, towards the end of the season. Anyway, in this episode, it starts off with Fluttershy doing a little book club thing with her animals. She gets the call.
The call.
Yes, the call of the cutie mark. Anyway, she goes off to the castle, meets up with Twilight, who's all excited because she finally gets to go with, and she's done a whole bunch of research, and they go off to this place that's supposed to be a super beautiful little valley. And they get there, and then we'll get pumpkins shot at them, and they find out there's this war going on between the Hooffields and McColts.
Go figure.
And they figure out that, that's the problem. Right there. That's a pretty obvious one.
Pretty obvious.
So they go talk to the Hooffields for a bit, and then they go talk to the McColts, and it seems like no matter what they do, nothing works. They keep fighting, and then Fluttershy winds up... She keeps finding animals who are in trouble, and she kind of starts talking to them a little bit, and she finds out what really happened way back when, because the animals know. And because of that, their little war has hurt this valley and the animals and each other. So Twilight casts a spell to stop them all in their tracks when they're fighting, and Fluttershy explains what really happened, and when they realize they've been hurting the animals, they decide to call a truce, and Fluttershy and Twilight were victorious, and that was it.
Yep. That was it.
Yes. So this episode, I really like this episode, particularly after last week's.
Yeah, putting in line of that one.
Yeah, this one though, this is actually a really nice episode. It compares very well to the other two cutie mark map episodes that we've gotten so far. And just finally Twilight got a chance to shine again. I guess technically 2 episodes in a row, but last one wasn't so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed a lot of people, it's weird, people keep whining. It's like, why is the finale going to be so Twilight focused, blah, blah, blah. It's like, Twilight's gotten like 2 episodes the entire season. So, anyway, yeah, this was a fun episode. I liked it a lot. There's a lot of goofy nonsense going on. It's just a fun one, just watching Twilight nerd out about stuff, and Fluttershy even nerding out a little.
A little. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. I wasn't, pooping and hollering over it, but I mean, it like you said, it matches up with the other map episodes that we've got before. So it's pretty good. I did like, Twilight freaking out with all of her bookish stuff. It's like
books.
You can see that she's been going stir crazy the entire season not being able to go on any of these
adventures. Yeah.
So when it shows up, it's like, what,
like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, she does like a mountain of research. It's like, wow.
Yeah, but then throughout the whole episode, I'm seeing it with the book. It's like, yep, I can see where this is going.
Yeah, well, the thing was, though,
the book.
well, the thing was, every single solution was not a bad solution. Every single solution she came up with, it was actually reasonable solutions that all actually kind of contributed, and in the end was one of them, which was get to the root of the problem, which they did through the animals, though.
Yes, but I think there was another thing that was hinting at the whole time with everything failing. Yeah. She became the princess of friendship by learning the values of them, and not through the book, by actually doing them. And that was a little bit of you can't just follow the instructions in a book for this.
But this wasn't instructions. These were things she came up with because of her experiences. So it's
she's trying to regurgitate, and you can't just regurgitate. And I think that was a point that was trying to make.
Well, actually, the point was the two of them needed to work together, which they did, because Twilight with the book kind of came up with part of it.
It's a subplot, and I think it's important.
I think you're kind of missing. I think you're slightly off. But anyway, what happened, because Twilight's book knowledge and whatnot, and just her knowledge of how to fix stuff, and Fluttershy's knack with animals came together and was able to fix everything, because one half without the other would not work. Because, particularly with like Fluttershy would never, ever, ever get the attention of the Hooffields or McColts with who she is.
No. Well, not initially. You'd have to push it a lot farther. She could, but you'd have to take it a lot farther.
Good luck.
I think we've done it before where she's... Yeah, I mean, the first... Well, sort of.
A whole group like that?
A big group? Well, maybe. I mean, if someone actually started physically hurting animals, she'd go 8.
Yeah, but...
she'd go nutso on them. Yeah. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. I also like... at the beginning with Spike, he was under a pile of books. He was
hiding
just
hiding under a pile
reading
of
a
books.
comic. Again.
And gets a pile of book dropped back on him.
And I said, when I said Fluttershy kind of nerded out a bit at the beginning, she has a book club with her animals, which is interesting. So it's like, okay, so her animals can read.
Maybe.
Or at least some of them can read.
Well, yeah. Angel's much more intelligent than he appears to be.
Yes. He's much more evil than he appears to be, too.
Maybe. He appears pretty evil.
Well, when he lets it on, but he looks like this little cute little bunny, and then... No. But, yeah, it's just kind of funny she's had a book club.
Book club, yeah.
I wonder if Twilight knows. Can I join?
Yeah, I don't think that would go very well.
Depends. Oh, yeah, the Hooffields and McColts were... They themselves, there was a bunch of interesting designs there.
Yeah, a bunch of brand new
interesting designs. Ma Hooffield and... big something Colt.
Can't remember.
Yeah, he was a tiny little dude with a gigantic hat and a very giant hat.
Yes.
It's like, oh,
dude, I think he's
so who's bigger, him or Pipsqueak?
I don't know.
Yeah, I also like how it's a common thing. Look, they have a common origin, but
yeah, it's a tried and true story that we see all over the place. I think every single show and stuff has used this. It's all based off of a real story, actually.
The Hatfields and McCoys.
Yep.
It's just interesting because, like, the Hooffields are great farmers, but they're lousy builders. And the McCoys or McColts are great builders, lousy farmers.
It's like, I wonder where this is going to go.
Yep. They have to work together, but they're not.
Nope, they're throwing pumpkins
in the process, they destroyed this whole
the valley. Yeah.
Which is nice. What I'm thinking about is, I remember a lot of cartoons growing up had those really blatant environmental messages. This one was a nice one that was nice and subtle.
I was actually going to mention that when it started when it started all that, I was getting a little. It's like, oh boy, are you going to get super heavy-handed? And it didn't.
Yeah, so it's nice to have a subtle one that's not just beat you over the head with it. This is so dumb.
It's not like watching Fern Gully.
Yeah. Oh god.
I love Fern Gully, but holy crap.
I watched that recently. It's
Fern Gully?
Yeah. It's not great.
We have so many good memories.
The only good part of it was, let's be honest, was Tim Curry.
And Robin Williams.
This is actually a pretty weak role for Robin Williams. He's done
Williams,
a lot better than that.
Yeah.
Far better. But
still,
it was one of his weaker roles. They just had him spouting off lines from other movies and whatnot. But anyway, that's completely off topic.
Yeah, that is completely... Well, not entirely. It's talking about...
Yeah, it's a nice environmental message that wasn't heavy-handed, so I think it works better because of that. And also, like, these are the two of the new writers. I can't remember the names. It's a duo. And it's nice they called back to previous things. Like when it happened, it was like, they have to stop them from fighting. It's like, you have that spell that stops everyone, then bam, she casts a spell that stops everyone.
Yeah, and she makes a mention
that it's harder to do when it's an army of ponies.
And not a group
not
of
just six. Because, at the time it was 6 ponies. Well, actually it's 5 ponies, but whatever. She cast only 5, but...
Yeah.
That was nice. They also made a couple callbacks to I think they made a callback to which episode? Oh, the Green is Not Your Color, I think. Way back with season 1, the rarity and photo finish. They made a callback to that because one of the solutions, because Twilight was talking about what the potential problems they had to fix, whereas one of them was trying to keep a secret.
Oh,
from your friend. It's like, oh, nice callback. Because if you remember, Twilight and Fluttershy really don't get a lot of one-on-one time.
They don't.
Other characters do, but these two really don't at all. And that was their one time, was way back in season 1. And even then, Rarity was still a huge, huge part of the episode. So it's kind of interesting seeing this. It's like, they really don't get to interact by them, just to the two of them. So it's interesting to finally see it.
They don't have a lot of common personality ground, I think.
Well, they have this kind of sort of a some common stuff, especially now we're seeing, but
a
little bit, but not a whole lot. But
not as much to work with story-wise.
I think the problem was it's just the two of them, because there would be naturally the two of them together would be kind of quiet, so it's not as interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Although sure, they'll probably have fun together, even if it's just the two of them reading a book, even if it's two of them reading a book
or something like that.
They'd probably have fun and they'd love it. But
like I said,
we'd be like,
story-wise,
something going on. They don't
have enough common personality that would work for stories,
dramatic stuff,
for good stories like this. So
a little,
not as much as others. That's probably why we haven't seen them one-on-one, because it's a bit harder to work with them for episodes.
Yeah, because let's see, Twilight and Pinkie, you have the easy, just straight man comedy duo type thing, comedy person duo, easy right there. Twilight and Dash, you just have the Dashes just jumps right in. Twilight goes, hold on, wait, we should think about this first.
Yep. Those are the best ones.
Twilight and Applejack really don't get a whole lot of episodes either. But again,
because they're both almost.
They have similarities with each other.
They're actually very similar.
But the problem is their similarities don't lend themselves well to a whole lot of stuff they haven't already covered. Particularly like Applebuck season was their big one.
Yeah, I mean they're both the level-headed ones, basically. Well, Twilight's somewhat level-headed. She can go off the deep end, as we're seeing.
Applejack can go off the deep end too.
Yeah.
You just got to push someone in the right direction.
You got to push the right buttons.
It's like the Joker said.
Everyone's got buttons they can push.
Yeah, but getting back to the actual episode, what was it I was thinking of? It's just, we've seen this sort of thing before in other cartoons and media in general, because it's a very well-known story of the Hatfields and McCoys, and people like to build off that. I was like, it's pretty quickly. It's like, well, Fluttershy's involved, and look, right off the bat when they're shooting a pumpkin, there's an animal. There's some mice living in the pumpkin they're going to shoot, so she saves it. It's like, it's going to be animals are going to be factored very big into this one. It was nice seeing, very subtle sub message with the main message. Like, oh yeah, look, your fighting can harm others that you don't intend to harm, but at the same time, hey, look. This environment thing, we got to take care of it. It's only one. We only got one right now.
Oh, and that actually reminds me, right in the beginning of the episode, with Twilight, and this actually makes a reference to something I was talking about last week.
Yeah.
The whole image she's trying to uphold the image of a princess of friendship.
Yeah.
She that's a pretty obvious line she drops in this one that makes that sort of a thing.
Yeah, this episode it works better in context. The last episode it came off very poorly.
Yeah, I think that's what they tried last episode and didn't do it well. This one, I think that one section did it much better than the entire episode last time they tried.
Yeah, last episode was just a lot of stuff was just done poorly.
And I'm wondering how, because I haven't seen a huge amount of that throughout the season. I'm wondering if that's going to come to head soon.
Season 6.
Season 6 or finale.
Yeah. Because, the finale is going to be pretty Twilight-centric, it looks like.
Yeah.
Which people are whining about again.
I'm the princess of friendship. I'm supposed to be able to do all this.
I need to be able to do this. I need to live up to my title.
Exactly.
Whereas, last week, it just sounded like it came off as I'm too good.
Yeah. I picked up the I'm trying to live up to a title, I picked up on it, but I know it was not done well. And this one, there it was obvious.
Last week, you picked up the intended thing. Everyone picked up on what it sounded like.
Yes, I picked up the intention, knowing that it didn't work well. this one, the intention did work well. So,
yeah.
I was right.
Now you're sounding like a jerk.
Yes, but I'm doing
that
it on
Alcatraz
purpose.
corner.
I don't have a Alcatraz corner.
That's outside in the rain.
Oh, well, my car's out there too. So
No, not in the car.
my car, my car. You
That's
can't
not where
tell
the
me
corner
no.
is.
I'm not gonna go out in the rain. I'm gonna go to my car.
But yeah, it was a fun episode. I enjoyed it a lot.
It was pretty good,
but not a whole lot to say really.
Yeah,
it's a little lighter, but
I won't see myself rewatching this one a lot.
I would, just because it's.
But I wouldn't.
Because some of the
say
faces
no,
were pretty good.
Oh, like booty rocking everywhere.
Oh yeah, just try to just stick your
that
butt.
was just
it's like,
so weird.
Oh, shipping
Twilight.
fuel.
Well, and then Fluttershy hides your face from it.
Yeah,
like,
shipping fuel though.
Dear.
Shipping fuel. Especially, I mean, you got Fluttershy. I've established about Fluttershy's book club, and there's that butt thing, and
the butt thing.
Twice Shy, shipping fuel, go.
Oh,
it was fun.
It was fun.
I mean, we had a new voice actor. I don't think we've ever.
We had two actually.
Yeah.
I haven't seen before
for the new characters. Yeah, speaking of I said that earlier. The nice, cool characters. I like all the little weird things. Like you got Ma Hooffield with the crazy overbite and messed up teeth, and you got the little dude, the little McColts who's just he got the crazy big beard and mustache. You got the other guy who's like really patchy beard. It's like all over the place. It's just little patches. The really big guy,
really big dude,
who at one point someone attacks him, he just nope, shoves him away. Just
that was great. Just it felt like he was the person who was just there because he had to be, and he didn't really want to be part of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when the blatant Trojan horse. I almost forgot about the carrot cake.
The cake,
which is a Trojan horse.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yes, and they even it's Hoofield's there. So what do they do? Point these big old cannons right down at him.
That's awesome. There was also the line, "Paint their mountain red."
Yes,
it's like, yeah. The voice actors. Ellen Kennedy did Ma Hooffield and one of the background McColts, and Ian Hanlon did one of the backgrounds. I haven't seen those names before.
How about that? New people.
Ellen Kennedy got a big role.
Yep, very big role. Moving on, I guess, to, not much.
Not much
because there's no music this week.
I don't have any music.
I don't have a fanfic. I almost had one. I think I have another one, though, lined up for next week. I have to get Alcatraz read, though, because it's a long one. That's a problem.
Yeah.
But Fractured Sunlight did update again, as expected.
As expected.
Every Monday so far with Clockwork. This is the aftermath of last week's chapter, and I was my hopes were you were well founded.
No.
There was no cliches.
It didn't do what you were afraid it was going to do.
Yeah, it was no cliches, but there's still obviously things that need to be worked out, and it's weird because they talk about it and they even acknowledge that there are potential pitfalls to what they're doing. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. Because it wasn't just the, oh no, drama.
Yeah. One thing, well, for the most part, I will agree. I think they handled it fairly well. I do think it went just a wee bit too quickly for my liking. Because, Sunset went along with it, even though she hasn't, up to this point, there has been nothing on her side.
Well, that was acknowledged in this chapter. She hasn't really.
I know, but I felt it's like, it's just kind of
It just, to me, feels like she's just willing to give it a try.
I'll go with it, but it's just like.
Well, it feels like someone who's just willing to give it a try, just because, I don't hate them. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'll go with it. It's not horrible, but it's like, maybe a little bit slower.
I liked it, though.
Of course you liked it. You're biased to like it. I'm the level-headed one on this one.
Yeah, if it was Tri-Dash, that would be completely the other way around.
Oh, yes, it would.
That was
For the
fine.
most
It's
part.
too fast. That was fine because Dash is fast anywhere.
I've seen that
flat.
argument multiple times.
It's not always good to be the fastest, Dash. Anyway, there's nothing else. I
don't have anything.
As far as I know, there's no other fanfics updated. Watch Something updates right after.
Yeah, something will.
Anyway,
well, of course, this fic is going to update before you hear it.
Well, yeah, it's going to update
on Monday.
It happens. But anyway, that's the end of this episode. It was a short one this week.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh well.
It could happen.
But if you enjoyed it, you can listen to past and future episodes as well at pony411.libsyn.com. That's Libsyn. All the episodes are there for your pleasure, including the show notes in a separate posting. You should check those out too. You can also subscribe on iTunes. Search for Pony411. Subscribe and review and all that stuff. It's cool. There's also YouTube. YouTube.com/Pony411. Again, comment, like, subscribe every week again. Unless we don't have an episode.
Trifecta.
Yes. Yes. There's also Stitcher. Stitcher.com. Or the iOS or Android apps. Again, search for Pony411. There's also Ponyville FM every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Tune in there and also listen to music on there before and after the show, because why not? There's also Ponyville Live, ponyvillelive.com. We upload there every single week. If you want to go through the RSS feed there, that's nice. You can also contact us, though, via email, pony411podcast@gmail.com. Comments, criticisms, questions, concerns, tips, whatever. There's also Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Hi, what are you surprised there? You can like us there, because we post new episodes as they come out. There's also Twitter. We're @pony411. That is our usual way of talking about stuff.
It's quick,
Usually,
it's easy.
Yeah. You can get stuff across pretty quickly. You can also contact us on personal Twitters. I'm Nemesis Prime 1. He's @Alca7raz with a 7 instead of a T and an underscore at the end. I haven't been tweeting too much lately, but you probably saw me posting about new Transformers, because yes, I got a Transformer. And it's awesome. And the other one's awesome. I haven't posted that one yet. But that is it.
Yep, that's it.
Tune in next week. We will be talking about the main attraction, the Applejack episode with Lena Hall.
Yes.
And then afterwards will be the finale. Oh boy.
And Thanksgiving.
Yes. So until then, though, please, pony responsibly.
See ya.
Goodbye.